How DeBeers made diamonds expensive on purpose. Diamonds sparkle, shimmer, and captivate, but for most of history, they were just another gemstone, admired but not coveted beyond their rarity. The breathtaking prices we pay today and the cultural obsession with diamonds didn't happen naturally. They were carefully manufactured, honed over decades by one company with a vision as bold as it was ruthless. DeBeers. Starting in the late 19th century, DeBeers didn't just mine diamonds, they invented design. Through monopolization, stockpiling, and meticulous marketing, the company turned a scattered commodity into an object of obsession. Diamonds became symbols of love, wealth, status, and eternal commitment, even though their intrinsic value is far lower than what consumers pay. Every engagement ring, every red carpet jewel, and every glossy magazine advertisement reinforced a single idea: diamonds are priceless, scarce, and essential. Behind the glitz, DeBeers controlled supply, shaped perception, and manipulated human psychology, creating a global market willing to pay exorbitant sums for something that, in reality, is not as rare or valuable as it seems. Understanding how DeBeers engineered this illusion reveals not just the company's genius, but the power of perception, culture, and strategy to make a mineral extraordinary. Let's watch. 1. Monopolizing the market. The foundation of DeBeers' success was simple but ruthless: control supply. In the late 1800s, diamonds were scattered across South Africa, with dozens of small mining operations competing against each other. Cecil Rhodes, the visionary founder of DeBeers, systematically bought out rival mines and consolidated them under one umbrella. By the early 20th century, DeBeers controlled over 90% of the world's diamond production. This level of monopoly allowed them to dictate prices and restrict supply. Diamonds that should have flooded the market and driven prices down were instead stockpiled, carefully released to maintain the illusion of scarcity. With competitors eliminated and the majority of diamonds under their control, DeBeers could manipulate the market to create artificial value. Scarcity, combined with centralized control, meant that diamonds became symbols of rarity, driving demand and cementing the company's dominance. Without monopolization, the cultural and financial power of diamonds might never have existed. 2. Controlling supply through stockpiling. Even with a monopoly, selling all the diamonds at once would have collapsed the market. DeBeers understood that diamonds were only valuable if they were scarce, not abundant. They created massive stockpiles of unsold gems, releasing them slowly over decades to ensure prices remained high. This strategy required foresight, patience, and careful planning. By controlling the flow of diamonds to jewelers worldwide, DeBeers created a constant sense of scarcity, making consumers believe that diamonds were far rarer than they actually were. The company even purchased diamonds during periods of low demand to prevent prices from falling. This manipulation of supply reinforced the perception that diamonds were precious and limited, ensuring that the public was willing to pay exorbitant prices. In essence, DeBeers didn't just sell diamonds, they sold the idea that diamonds were unattainable, and that perception became the cornerstone of their empire. 3. The birth of diamond marketing. DeBeers didn't just manipulate supply, they invented desire through marketing. In 1938, they launched one of the most famous advertising campaigns in history: "A diamond is forever." This slogan, coined by copywriter Francis Jarity, didn't merely sell diamonds, it sold an ideal. Diamonds were no longer just gemstones, they became a symbol of eternal love, commitment, and social status. The campaign linked diamonds to engagement rings, establishing a cultural norm that endures to this day. Marketing was amplified through Hollywood, magazines, and social events, creating aspirational imagery around diamond ownership. The brilliance of the campaign was psychological. It didn't just create demand, it made consumers feel morally obligated to purchase a diamond to prove love and devotion. By turning a mineral into a cultural symbol, DeBeers ensured that diamonds were emotionally priceless, allowing them to command extraordinary prices that had little to do with actual scarcity. 4. Creating the myth of eternal value. DeBeers' genius extended beyond marketing to myth-making. The company propagated the idea that diamonds were not only beautiful, but also timeless investments. Phrases like "forever" suggested that diamonds would never lose value, appealing to both emotional and financial instincts. Advertisements implied that buying a diamond was a rational investment in love, status, and wealth preservation. In reality, diamonds rarely appreciate in value, especially once cut and sold at retail prices. but the perception of enduring value encouraged buyers to pay far more than the gem's intrinsic cost. DeBeers reinforced the myth through controlled messaging, celebrity endorsements, and public relations campaigns. By creating the illusion of permanence and prestige, they transformed a commodity into a symbol of security, desire, and class. Consumers weren't just purchasing a gem, they were buying the promise of eternal love, social approval, and cultural legitimacy. 5. Restricting alternate markets, DeBeers didn't only focus on controlling traditional sales, they actively restricted alternative markets. The company limited industrial diamonds, prevented resale from eroding prices, and discouraged competitors through aggressive contracts and agreements. DeBeers even influenced governments and banks to enforce restrictions, ensuring that diamonds flowed through approved channels. By controlling who could sell, when, and how, they minimized competition that could have driven prices down or diluted the perception of scarcity. This strategy extended globally, including markets in Europe, Asia, and the United States. The company's control over distribution meant that almost every diamond on the market passed through their hands, allowing them to maintain a veneer of exclusivity. This level of orchestration ensured that diamonds remained aspirational, expensive, and culturally dominant, a feat impossible without controlling the entire chain from mine to market. 6. Manipulating perception through celebrity culture, DeBeers understood that diamonds were more than stones, they were status symbols. They cultivated celebrity associations to reinforce the notion that diamonds represented luxury, success, and desire. Hollywood films, socialites, and high-profile engagements showcased massive diamonds as essential for anyone seeking glamour or romance. Red carpets and magazine spreads constantly portrayed diamonds as the ultimate symbol of wealth and sophistication. This created a feedback loop. Consumers saw celebrities wearing diamonds, associated them with love and success, and internalized the belief that diamonds were indispensable. The company's genius was that it didn't just sell gemstones, it sold a lifestyle. Even consumers who could not afford extravagant diamonds aspired to own smaller versions, fueling global demand. By embedding diamonds into cultural consciousness as markers of achievement and love, DeBeers ensured their dominance transcended economics, cementing diamonds as culturally essential luxury items. 7. Long-term strategy and psychological manipulation. The most impressive aspect of DeBeers' empire is its patience and understanding of human psychology. The company realized early on that diamonds' value depended not only on rarity, but on desire, perception, and social reinforcement. Decades-long marketing campaigns, controlled supply, celebrity influence, and myth-making created a system where consumers willingly paid inflated prices. Even when industrial diamonds flooded the market, DeBeers ensured that gem-quality stones remained scarce and aspirational. The company exploited emotional triggers: love, status, fear of missing out to convince consumers that diamonds were essential. Let us know in the comments what you think about how DeBeers made diamonds expensive on purpose, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more captivating content on our YouTube channel.